just a blasphemer.
I did want to, because I know what it's like to make a joke and have it misconstrued and have it manipulated to fit someone's agenda and to become a cause for somebody. I want to take part in defense of my fellow talk show host brethren, David Letterman.
Oh boy.
Okay? I know it's been hashed and rehashed, but I want my say. I want my say. And you know, this happened last Monday on David Letterman's show. Last Monday. Now, we had a show on Tuesday, the day after, and we said nothing about it because the fact of the matter is it wasn't that big of a deal. At least I didn't think so. But last Monday, you know the story, David Letterman made a couple jokes about Sarah Palin, the governor of Alaska, and her daughter. He said Sarah Palin was going for the slutty flight attendant look, something like that, and that her daughter got knocked up by A-Rod while they were at a Yankee game. Silly joke, whatever. I mean, slutty flight attendant, I mean, if you want to complain about that, complain that it was an old joke that Bill Maher used already. I mean, that's nothing to complain about. And if you want to complain about the knocked up daughter thing, look, someone must have gotten in the ear of Governor Palin and said, hey, Letterman made fun of your daughter getting knocked up by A-Rod at the Yankee game. He could have been talking about your younger daughter. Who knows? I mean, he could be a dirty old man. Here's a way for you to get yourself some publicity in 2 weeks of interviews talking about this crap. First of all, you hear about a knocked up Palin. You think of the Palin that was actually knocked up, right, Vinny?
Yeah.
I mean, who in their right mind?
I've said the same thing. I've said the same thing, you know, around the blogosphere. You know, this gave her this gave her a chance to be back in the media eye for a little while. You know, I don't think, you know, I honestly don't think he was talking about raping a 14-year-old.
Of course
I think
not.
the jokes were as much about, I think the jokes were totally as much about A-Rod and the ex-governor.
Of course. He already apologized twice, which in my mind is 2 times too many. He has nothing to apologize for. He's a comedian, and for trying to get him fired for telling a joke is ridiculous. And the notion that the kids are off limits, you know, for the most part I agree, even though she did use the kids as props during her campaign. But you know what? Fine, the kids are off limits. But this kid, the knocked up one, Bristol, she put herself out there. She made herself a whole publicity tour, going on all these TV shows, spouting out about abstinence, how abstinence is the best form of birth control. She put herself out there. She's no longer off limits.
Hey, I hear you.
You know?
Whatever. Everybody's so sensitive about everything. Whatever. You got a joke made about you. Get over it. Who cares? And
Vinny, get ready, because I have a clip that I need you to play, because here's proof. If you're going to fire Letterman, you're going to fire Jay Leno, who made a joke in September, and Conan O'Brien, who made this joke.
You have to fire everybody. You have to fire us.
Scroll down to the bottom of the clips. There's something about Conan there.
I got it.
All right.
It's true, John McCain's running mate, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin, has revealed that her 17-year-old daughter is pregnant. Yeah. Palin said we should never have introduced her to John Edwards.
See, that's basically the same joke, right? Except instead of A-Rod, it was John Edwards. Where was the outrage back then?
I just, you know, I mean, she definitely, you know, brought the kids into the campaign. I don't think that, you know, I'm not sure, you know, God. You know, I'd rather people not even make jokes about her, so she just goes away.
That's what it is.
She's not going anywhere, though. She'll find a way to get all up in your face.
And as Catherine said in the chat room, kids under 18 should be completely off limits, and I agree with that. When Chelsea Clinton took a lot of abuse, you know, Amy Carter took, you know, some abuse. You know, they were both, how you say, not the cutest of children.
Listen, you mentioned Chelsea Clinton. Now, I have this here, this article that I was reading about what Rush Limbaugh said about Chelsea Clinton. Now, I've read one source where it said that this wasn't true, but I've seen this stated a few times. I don't remember it, but it was on the TV show where Rush Limbaugh said, that the Clintons have a family cat. Socks is the White House cat, and they showed a picture of the cat, and they said, but what you didn't know is that they had a family dog, and they showed a picture of Chelsea when she was 13. So, I mean, it happens. It's funny, right? It's funny, and no one calls for Rush Limbaugh to be fired because his job, Rush Limbaugh's job, is to be provocative and to get ratings. That is provocative to get ratings, and sure, it was a low blow at a 13-year-old. At least Bristol Palin is 18. It just irritates me that they were picketing. And first of all, they were like, I heard there was like 30 people out there outside of the Ed Sullivan Theater picketing to get him fired. So it's not like a big thing. It was almost as big as the protest that they tried to protest against banning Dr. Blockstein. And the reason you've never heard of that banning Dr. Blockstein movement is because that's how far it went. It's the whole thing is so silly. What were you going to say, Dead Man?
Oh my God! I just find the whole thing just ridiculous. I mean, both sides were crazy. I mean, yeah, I'll admit the joke. Yeah, it was in bad taste, but he has every right to say it. And to these protesters that's going there, I wish I had a way to go to New York so I can stand in front of them and moon them because they're idiots. It's over. I mean, why
find a real cause.
Why are you protesting a now dead issue? Is my question.
Find a real cause,
Find a real cause.
Worthwhile.
I said the same thing about the whole Imus deal, which is a little different. I didn't want Imus to be fired either because he was getting paid to be sensational, and that's what he did. It was a little racist, and it wasn't really a joke because it wasn't prepared. It was a little off the cuff. But still, he shouldn't have been fired. But the deal is this: Imus said it, and it went away. The same way David Letterman said it. The joke went in the ether. It disappeared into the world, never to be heard again, until it kept getting brought up again and again and again and again by the people that it, quote-unquote, insulted. Most of the Americans would never have heard that joke if Sarah Palin didn't make a big stink of it. And if she was really that upset about David Letterman talking about her daughter, she could pick up the phone, call David Letterman herself, and have a word with him.
Exactly.
She didn't have to make it a whole national a campaign against David Letterman.
Here on the radio, happy hour, Dr. Blockstein.